Welcome everyone to a new latest installment into the DC Now and Forever. I'm your host Alex Figueroa, and that is my co-host
Jamel Lopez versus the Dark Side.
There you go. So welcome everyone to another fun night into the DC universe. Tonight we're going to be comparing the Flashpoint to the Flash Paradox. So guys, if you know where to watch it, like HBO Max has it digitally, so you guys can watch it along with us. But while we're doing that, whip out your Flashpoint comic books. Let's watch it along, and then we're going to be comparing and contrasting the comic book to the actual animation, and we're going to talk about what stuff came on and off from the actual source material and then into the animation. But first things first, let's promote some stuff. Some stuff came out. Came out with a new video today, which is everything that came out of DC Comics in stores today. So it's everything fresh from DC Comics. I had the video up. It's just releases of all the comic books. It's pretty fun video. So again, guys, you can check it out after this live session. If you're on the replay, you can check that out also after the session. Other than that, the comic book of the month. I did say I was going to reveal it tonight. Tonight, the comic book of the month is Rebirth. We're going to be doing the DC Rebirth. That is the comic book of the month. So guys, pick it up digitally or go support your local comic book store and pick this up. I bet they'll have it in hard copy format or trade paperback. Jamel, why is this comic book so why did we pick it to be the comic book of the month? Why is it so instrumental in the timeline?
Well, it's the comic book of the month because it is the moment where you start to realize that things weren't as they seemed in the DC universe. There were things going on that didn't really pertain to be DC. Like there was something going on. Like it was like somebody was watching the Justice League on what they were doing. And as it pans out, when you see Rebirth and you read it, you're going to be very shocked to see who was involved and what comes next right after Rebirth.
Yeah, so of course we're going to be covering that. And then I think after Rebirth, there's no other comics to read. We go right into the actual timeline of the Rebirth series. So from there, I'm going to put a poll up on our DC Now and Forever page on our Instagram. So I'm going to try to keep the Instagram and Levels of Geek separate because I want the DC brand to be just DC on the Instagrams, and then Levels of Geek its own in terms of Instagram. So it's pretty fun, so I can have all my DC heads on the DC page and not mixing up with the other guys. So with this, in the DC Now and Forever, I'm going to put a poll up on the first volume you guys want to read, whether it's Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Green Arrow, Justice League. I'm going to put it up, and then whoever wins the most vote for that month, we're going to read the first volume, and then we'll come back and read which issues we enjoyed, why, which stories were better in the first volume, and then what me and Jamel will do throughout, we'll be breaking down character spotlight of those comics. So whoever you think you don't know in those books, you give me the name, and then that following week we'll do the character spotlight of the characters you guys do not know about in the first volume of whatever book we decide to read in the first month. So is that cool, Jamel? Is that cool with everybody out there tonight? And everybody in the replay, thank you so much again for joining us. So, Sam Jr., thank you for being here. Unboxing movies with me, unboxing. Thank you for joining. And, of course, Tribert Jergo, how you doing? And welcome to this watch-along. So, again, this is the comic book of the month. So, let's get right into the show, this watch-along. So, we're going to be doing the Flashpoint Paradox Justice League. They're not calling it the Flash. They're calling it Justice League Flashpoint Paradox. So I'm going to count down, and then we'll start it, and then we'll just get right into it. So 3, 2, 1, play. All right. DC logo is up, and on we go. All right. There you go. Warner Brothers Animation presents, and then you're going to see. All right. So here we go. So we have Barry so the cartoon starts off exactly like what the comic book started off with. So I was very interested to see how this plays out, because you see Barry's mother here talking to him. And I thought it was a pretty cool. It had to be the best way to start it off anyway, because if you read the comics, it was the best way to start it off. But it was like a small little entry, you know. So what did you think of this when the animation started?
Well, I thought it was really cool that they started off this way. Compared to how the comic starts off, it's like this is like a flashback from when he was a kid.
Right.
Compared to the comic where the comic starts, he's just getting up from taking a nap.
Okay.
And he's already at his job. So basically, I like how they did this. I feel that they by doing this, you're reintroducing the idea that Barry had a mom.
Right.
You know, and that he had a family. So, but I felt that was great. I felt that it was a good start. But as you can see, all is not well when Barry gets home.
Right. So here you get introduced like the TV show The Flash is like the first pilot. You get to see Barry come home and see the mom dead. So you kind of get that. They give it to you like in I mean, how fast is this? 1 minute and 43 seconds into the film, they give you the origin of the Flash. Which is, I think, is actually excellent for people that do not know what this character is about. They gave it to you right there and then. So that's pretty cool. And then you see in the comic book, it goes right into Barry getting hit with the lightning, and then he starts running off when you watch the comic. Now it goes into the next scene of the funeral, which you see his mom, Nora, going right into the ground. So yeah, exactly. Transformicon is in the house too. How you doing, Transformicon? So yeah, the animation does look kind of like a anime style to it. So you're absolutely right with that. So now you got the older Barry with Iris, right? That's Iris West next to him in the cartoon. So you get that, and it's pretty cool. So you do not get this scene of him talking to Iris in the comic book, because why? In page hold on the digital comic, page 11 is where he's sleeping on the desk. You're not getting this right now, guys. Right now we're into the 2-minute and 50-second mark where his phone goes off and crime is happening, and he tells Iris, we're gonna talk about this later. He has to go to the Flash Museum. Now he has a museum, and he runs off. So it's pretty funny. I thought this was pretty cool. I hope they do this in the movie. Him turning into the Flash in the speed of light. So he runs off, and now he has a Flash Museum. And again, I'm still waiting. I'm on page 11 on this comic, and we don't get this. This is another scene that is not on the comic book at all. Did you think this scene fits at all?
No, I don't think it really fits. I think they just needed something to actually get to the point where you see that something is wrong, where it takes the turn. I felt that this was the way they did it in the animated movie is, I guess they wanted to make sure that everybody know who the Flash were, who the villains were at the time. Him having his own museum is like, you can tell that this is like further into the future.
Right.
As to what the comic gives you, it's more or less like, you know, probably like early 2000s. But I like how they did this, where you just had I think that was the Rogues, the Rogues with Captain Boomerang and
Captain Cold,
Mirror Master. Yeah, Captain Cold, Mirror Master. You know, they trying to kill the Flash like they always try to do.
Yeah, so for you guys out there that do not know these characters, we're going to explain them throughout the show, or we'll cover them later in the future so you guys know who these villains are. So that's Captain Boomerang, one guy, one part of the Suicide Squad. You got Captain Cold, and then you got Mirror Master, you said? That was the one that was shooting stuff out his mirror. And who are the other guys, if you know who he is?
Let me see. Mirror Master. I don't really remember the other two. Okay. Because in the comics it's like 3 people, not 4.
Right.
So adding on a third or fourth person into the animated series, it just gives, the group um more of an advantage. But as we know, it's the Flash, so it
Right.
doesn't really matter.
Well,
But
now you have the Reverse Flash coming on screen. He reveals himself, and they're about to do. He's explaining what he's about to do. Let me see what they're saying in the chat. Sam Jr. says, "I can't watch along, but I can see you on Monday." That's fine. Thank you for joining in. Transformer Con says, "Animation style reminds me of anime." Yes, it is. He said, "It feels like every superhero has dead parents." Yes, they do. For some reason, I don't know why. Unboxing with me. Unboxing said, "How many minutes are we into the movie?" We are 6 minutes and 15 seconds into the film right now. The Flash is trying to break out because he has a bomb stuck on him. So right now he's trying to get out of it. But again, I'm still waiting for the next chapter in this book, but we're not even in page 11 right now while he's in the book.
I don't think we're even close.
No, not at all. So
No, not at all.
Yeah, so right now he puts a bomb on him. He's talking mad smack right now. The Flash. I mean, the Reverse Flash is talking so much.
Flash.
Yeah.
The Reverse Flash, also known as Eobard Thawne.
Yeah. And then my boy Batman comes down. You know it. I got crazy. I was like, oh, and then Superman comes down. His boys come in. And then who else comes in? Cyborg shows up. Who's this guy that floats in first?
That's before this Superman. Oh, what? I don't really know. That character I have never seen before. They're always putting on odd characters.
Right.
Just to fill in the void.
Well, I mean, either way, they're trying to defuse the bomb. So all the whole Justice League is here, from Aquaman, Wonder Woman, and now she threw the lasso of truth on them, and they're about to tell them what's going on, that they can't defuse the bomb. So, now I like the Green Lantern suit, man. I don't know why they didn't have it that color in the movie. That Green Lantern suit, like that dark green and black, looks pretty. It looks really good.
I don't know if you noticed that every superhero, their body structure looks like it's like their bodies are like so overly pumped, and their head is like very small.
No, you're absolutely right. So right now they're gonna defuse the bomb. They have Batman. He's gonna defuse the bomb. Then you got the other guys. Cyborg is about to do it. I think Superman crushes his. Then you have Wonder Woman doing her thing. So again, more scenes that is not in the source material, which is very interesting and odd for me. I mean, I know they're trying to move the story as much as they could. I thought this was a pretty cool scene with Aquaman, though. How he had the ocean destroy those bombs with those. I don't even know what that is that he's using. Oh, there you go. Microbes eating. So I guess bacteria from the water or something. That people swallow when they're having fun in the ocean.
I don't know. I think by adding these scenes, I think remember the movie is called Justice League, so I'm pretty sure they're adding like the Justice League portion of the film,
right?
Just to make it more relevant, instead of having just a Flashpoint Paradox based on just the Flash,
right?
So I guess by adding the Justice League into this, it'll probably make the animated movie much more interesting.
No, I think you're absolutely right. I think that's actually a good idea, because I never thought of it that way. They needed to introduce the characters, so that's pretty cool. Aquaman's ability is pretty cool. I mean, once you see more of his abilities in the animation, it makes his character a little bit fun to watch. Like, I kind of like that whole, he could talk to the fish, and they all, seahorses could help, So,
yeah.
I thought it was pretty cool. Superman always has the awesome powers. But, again, these scenes, I guess, is instrumental of the story that they're trying to tell. And, of course, my boy Batman does it the hard way, because he has no freaking superpowers. He has to cut the damn thing off. But look how big that explosion is from that little like that little piece of device. He's like, boom. That's crazy. And now you got these two freaking talking smack to each other. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This is too funny. Trevor Gigolo says it's been a long time since I watched this movie. Yeah, no, I hear you. We're 10 minutes and 50 seconds into the film. The Flash broke out and broke the bomb. He did some trick with the vibrating hands, jazz hands. He uses jazz hands to get out of it. So the CCPD, Central City Police Department, comes in, and now they're gonna notify Star Labs. And Superman's gonna do his thing. But yeah, so the Flash became victorious in this diabolical scheme that that Reverse Flash put together. So yeah, so now we're still not into even the comic book right now. So just to let everybody know, we're not even the beginning of the animation did start off like the comic book source material. And then it did not even follow it no more. So, again, we're waiting on when we get to those pages. So, right now, we're not even there. We're not even close. And the Flash is now running. So, now this is where I think he starts to go back in time. And there we go. We got the roll the intro. The Flash, Justice League, Flash Paradox. There we go. Page 11, people. Hit it in the 12-minute and 13-second mark. Barry Allen wakes up, just like in the comic book. The page 11, and if you're watching the digital, they're talking. That
looks a little bit like Joe West.
It does look like Joe West, right? From CW.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, from the CW's Flash series. Yeah, it looks like Joe West.
Yeah. I mean, it looks pretty cool. And if you guys haven't seen The Flash, it's on Netflix, so you could check that out. So right now they're showing Captain Boomerang and Captain Cold fighting each other, but guess what? That's not even in the comic, if you really look at it. So they're setting up for him to run down the hallway, so when he stumbles and meets his mom. So we're about to see that. So right now, Joe West, I don't even think his name is Joe West, but he's about to go and do his thing. And now we see the page that he's running. He has no ring, and he falls. Now, he doesn't fall in the hallway, but he falls outside. That's totally different from the source material. In the source material, he falls down the stairs in the police department station, and he meets his mother. Yeah. So right now, he's doing it outside. I mean, this is actually pretty fun because this is the first time I ever did this, holding a comic book while watching the animation. And it's actually pretty awesome doing this right now. To be really honest with you, this is pretty cool. So again, guys, if you guys are reading it in the book, trying to catch up, we're on page 13 in the digital copy where we at. And in the animation, we're 14 minutes into the film. So Barry Allen's mom is talking to Barry Allen. In the comic book, they're having the conversation now outside. So I guess they walked each other outside. But he's wearing his lab coat, Barry Allen. Here, he put on a regular coat. And he's talking to his mom about this. So this is actually pretty cool. So now they're going to have a conversation while walking that you do not get in the comic book because it cuts right into Thomas Wayne, Batman. So right now they're having a conversation yet, so we're not going to go into the next page, which is 17 in the digital comic. Let me see what everyone is saying. Unboxing with me. Unboxing says, this is one of my favorite animation movies. I agree with you. I don't know, Jamel, do you agree with that? Is it one of your favorites? One of your tops?
Yeah, it's one of my top 5. Yeah, definitely.
TransformerCon says, pretty fun, though I'm kind of concentrated on the movie. It's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, all right? It's pretty cool. You can follow the movie if you want. I'm cool with that. Triborough Gigolo says, show the page on your... Oh, okay, I see what you mean. That
on the big screen.
Yeah, on the big screen. That I totally screwed that one up.
But here it is. Here it is.
Yeah, here goes Thomas Wayne.
And Harley Quinn.
Yeah. So this you don't see. Harley Quinn fighting Batman. I will have the comic strips next time. I totally screw that up. For some reason, the computer can't find those files. And I should have put that together. Now I know what to do when I do these watch-alongs. Have the comic so I could have everybody in the same page while we're watching.
If I remember correctly, this moment where they're fighting is in the comic, but not in so much detail. It does show Harley Quinn in the comic fall off the building.
Well, she's running because I'm looking at it here. She's running out of the casino, but they're not having a battle like this. At all. They're not even having a battle because Batman subdues her right now. He's about to grab her, I believe, right now. Here we go. Yeah, he slams the crap out of his face. So right now we're about to get it right here. So I'll just show you guys on my camera. I mean, it's not as great as when I had it on the thing, but that is where we at right now, and you're about to see the same exact pose of him scratching her face. If you see it right there, you see it. And now they're gonna show him about to throw her off the roof. So that is identical to the comic. That is identical to the comic. This right here is identical. And then, of course, Cyborg saves her, and that is exactly like it. We're on page 20 on the digital code. On the digital copy, and we're 17 minutes and 15 seconds into the film. Cyborg talking to Batman is exactly as the comic right now. So they're right now back-to-back pages. So this is actually pretty cool. And look how tall is Cyborg over Batman. You never seen that. In the comic book, they're not that even tall. They don't even show it like that.
No. I would say in the comic, they're the same height.
Yeah. I mean, he's really tall.
Yeah.
Oh, we do see this. This is exactly the same page. Which
there
is
goes
page
the
22. Group. Yep, there goes the group. That's exactly what you see in the comic book. So you see that pop out. She does look different in the comic book. Triborough. Like I said, everybody, for the next watch along, I will have the entire comic posted for you guys that do not have it and you want to enjoy it. I'll have each page up so you guys can follow along. I screwed the pooch on this one. I thought the files were still here, but apparently it was not. So that is my fault. So right now they're having the conversation with the Shazam family. Now this is not even in the whole thing right now. This is not, which is so weird.
I mean, in the comic they only show that moment where he had the whole group out.
Yeah,
like in a large spread, like a whole sheet spread.
Right.
So now, as we're watching the film, I guess this is where he explains to Batman how he's more valuable to with them as a group to face Wonder Woman and Aquaman.
Right.
And this is where he just leaves and says, "I'm not with it."
Right. So now he goes to see Iris. Okay. Right. This is pretty accurate. He goes in to see her. And this is where that moment that is shocking. Now, I don't think you see a daughter in the comic book.
No.
You see her making out with someone else, but you don't see him with a kid. You don't see her with a kid. And now he's stunned. He does not know what the hell is going on. He's like, "What?"
And she just walks right past him like she never met him before.
Yeah. So they skipped when Shazam turns into Shazam to confront Thomas Wayne. So there's scenes that they skipped. They skipped an entire dialogue between Cyborg and Batman to get to Barry Allen, to get to this point right now, the famous scene. Now, this is in the comic. This is page 34 in the digital comic, and right now we're 20 minutes and 28 seconds into the film where he goes to the Batcave. So that's page 35. He walks into the Batcave. Unboxing with me, he says, do you mean when Billy Batson turns into Shazam? Yes, he turns into Shazam in the comic book before he meets Thomas. And again, my fault. I should have showed it. I should have had the files up. And now you're gonna see the ass whipping that we were talking about.
Which is in the comic book.
It's page 36. When they're fighting, when he's just whooping him. Yeah, look at those eyes. Now he knows what happened.
I guess.
And now you get that too. Yep.
Yeah, I guess he's Batman's telling him that Bruce got killed. The same way that Bruce told Barry how his parents got killed.
So now this is new because once after this they shot into this is Steve Trevor running. They didn't even go to Deathstroke. All right, so the next page is Deathstroke. They totally screwed up on that. They went right to Stephen Trevor. So this is very weird that they decided to do that. They skipped on that one, and now he gets caught. And you know who that is, Gil Gadot. And it's
funny because they have Steve Trevor a lot older in the animated series than he is in the comic book.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. So this is not even in the comic right now. This is later in the comic. With this whole scene is later in the comic. Everyone, they totally took that and they skipped it forward for some reason. They totally jumped some parts around, storyboards around. So now you're getting in ahead of the comic. You get the whole Lois Lane and Steve Trevor tells everything about the intel and everything. Let me read what Triborough said. When Barry meets Thomas Wayne is one of the best moments in comics. I totally agree with you on that. Unboxing with me. Unboxing says Deathstroke should have had more than one part throughout the comic. That I agree with you also. But they are going to show Deathstroke in this animation. I don't know if it comes out next, but your boy Stephen Trevor's about to get hanged by Wonder Woman. And there you go. That's crazy. She kills him. And that is now 23 minutes into the film. And again, they skipped a lot of stuff. And now Barry is trying to tell Batman, what's going on. And he is not having it right now. And that's in the comic. So I'm skipping ahead.
There goes the finger.
Yep, there goes the finger scene. And that's page 46 where he breaks the finger. Yeah. Mention my son again and I will break out my surgical instruments. Yo, he whooped this dude, bro.
Yeah, he's no joke.
No, he's not.
You thought the son was worse, but the father ends up being even worse than Bruce Wayne.
So now he looks at this. So yeah,
that is in the comic.
That
is in the comic, the ring,
but
not in so much detail.
Yeah, but they skipped a lot because before the ring, he starts to get his mind starts to go crazy. So that's the thing that I'm very surprised that they didn't do that just yet. Like they skipped that and they went right for his ring, showing that the reverse flash suit pops out of the ring. So I'm very surprised that they skipped the whole mind thing right there, which I'm very surprised, like I said. So they're going to have more discussions, and he's telling him his powers, which he does also. You see him talking about it. Let me see what people are saying. Unboxing with me. Unboxing says dark moment. Exactly. And never mess with Batman. Well, never mess with Papa Batman. Don't mess with the big guy. And I like that he has red eyes for some reason. It gives it that like that evil sense in him. You know what I mean? Like you just feel bad. Like he's gonna whoop it.
Oh yeah.
And he's an alcoholic. And if you look on the wall, there's a lot of cards. So it looked like he killed the Joker. Which they don't show that in the comic.
No.
They don't show that at all. I was looking for that page, and they do not show him killing the Joker. So there is a Joker in that dimension.
Right.
We don't know if it's the same Joker as the one Bruce fights.
Yeah, we don't know.
Yeah.
No.
So that is pretty interesting. Imagine if the Joker was the guy who killed them in the alleyway. That would be pretty fun. Like how in Batman 89.
Yeah.
So that would have been a pretty cool twist. So now we get the whole Deathstroke scene. So now they added it back. So there goes your Deathstroke, everybody. But the difference in the comic book and the animation is Lex Luthor's on the boat. He was not on the boat in the comic. That is totally not there.
And this is funny. Lex Luthor is in the animated film.
Yeah.
That's who he's talking to right now.
Yeah, that's Lex. That's what I mean. In the comic book, Lex Luthor's not in it, like, at all.
Yeah.
So,
no, not at all.
So they totally took 3 parts of the movie in the book and they switched it around to tell more of a story, which it kind of flowed better, to be honest with you. I think it kind of worked. But he sucked in this Deathstroke. Yeah, he was horrible. But now you can see the destructions that the Atlanteans are doing to the planet. That's crazy right there. And then Triburgo Gigolo says, laughing out loud, Papa Batman. That's right, Papa Batman don't mess with. So this you don't see in the comic book.
No.
This whole tidal wave and all these bad guys and everything. Like you don't see none of this.
Nope. Nope.
And man, look
Just
at the
another,
power, man. Who's that?
Yeah.
Oh, don't even need to worry. He died quick. Now he put on the. It's funny. He puts on the mask, and you think he's gonna do something. Ain't do nothing.
Oh no.
Oh my God! Look at this.
Full scale invasion.
Man invasion. Look at this. Oh my God. Oh man, did you see he got the arrow in his chest? Who's this guy with the powers? Well, anyway, we are 28 minutes into the film, everybody.
That guy that just threw lightning, he's in the comic. He's the guy that they're sucking all the power out.
Okay, now that makes sense. That makes sense
now.
Now you got Clayface. Oh man, Clayface is about to bring it. Oh, look at that. I am Clayface. Oh, he's done. Damn, Ocean Master. Right? Is that Ocean Master? The brother?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They did a good job on him.
Who's that, Cheetah?
Is that Cheetah?
Look at Deathstroke. See, Deathstroke is doing more stuff in this than what he did in the comic.
I'm wondering if this is the Legion of Doom. Their version of the Legion of Doom.
That's a good one.
Because you see Cheetah, you see Deathstroke, you see Lex Luthor. Yeah.
Wow, that was actually a pretty good scene. Oh, Black Manta. This is a pretty good fight.
Yeah. And it's funny, you don't see Black Manta very so often.
No, you don't. And you don't even see him in the comic. He wasn't there. Now Aquaman comes out.
Well, that's the end of Slade Wilson.
Yeah. Yeah, Black Manta killed him. And now Lex is about to feel the same fate. Oh, that was really brutal. TransformerCon is absolutely right. This thing is mad brutal. So now they go see in the comic book, it goes right into the Stephen Trevor getting caught, and now that they showed already in the beginning. Like they showed that. But now if I keep flash forwarding, now they show the lightning storm. So they kind of moved
The lightning
around.
storm.
Yeah, they kind of moved around a lot of stuff. So now they're gonna emulate this, and I think this was like one of the funniest moments in this
in the comic.
Yeah, it's one of the funniest moments in the comic. And watching it, them doing it again live is even funnier. But I think this is pretty cool though, and I think Zack Snyder could do a great job with this. Because he does a lot of good dark scenes, and I think this scene would look crazy good with him behind the camera. That's just me, though. So in the comic book, you do get this. You're about to see it right now. I'm on page 59 in the digital comic, and you do get this. They're just stretching it out a bit.
Yeah.
Like in Back to the Future.
Well, in the comic book, it's a lot worse as far as the lightning and everything is concerned.
Right.
Like it's like a much bigger storm.
Yeah. Now you don't see him getting burned alive like this. So this is brutal. This is really brutal. Damn, man, look how strong Batman is. He picked him up like nothing. And this, I was laughing. This is mad funny still. This is still funny.
Crispy Critter.
Yeah.
Crispy Critter Allen.
We're right now we are at 31 minutes in. Now you don't get this in the comic. Cyborg getting repaired. So, and now if you look at the president, it's a black president. So I think this movie came out when Obama was in office. Am I right? Yeah. Can I be right on that? I don't know if I could be. Can anyone fact check me in the chat? It could, because it looks just like Obama, the president.
Yeah, it does.
So I think they used President Obama for the character role, and I think that's pretty cool. To keep it current. Yeah, Gigolo, it does have that Frankenstein vibe. It does. It actually does. So this is not in the comic book. So you don't even need to worry about it because this is not even in it. So to be honest with you, he gets burned, and now we get to the next issue where you do get to see. Actually, it is in the comic book where Cyborg is talking to the president, but it's not as long. Because I'm looking at it here. So that scene is there, but it's not as long. Now, this scene is not in the comic book. The whole Superman, right? This is Superman. Yeah, this is not. No, this is a bomb. I think this is they're explaining what happens with Aquaman. Yeah. So this you don't get in the comic book at all. Like the whole split between the Amazonians and everything. So this is brand new. You don't, and now this feels like a movie because the next scene, ladies and gentlemen, it gets hot. It gets caliente. And look, these dudes get it on. Wonder Woman gets it on. And who sees it? Mira. That's messed up, man. This is like some ancient time-ish stuff. Yeah, so this is very ancient time right now. And now she steps up. She goes, man, you slept with my man? And then Wonder Woman's like, man, I could do whatever I want because you're in my land. And then she gave her the eye. She goes, all right, I'm going to give you the tate quieto now. Now she summoned water. And Mira is not having it. And then Wonder Woman, it was over. It was over, man. This is where the rift happened. Triborough said, yes, 2011 during the Obama presidential run. So, yeah, okay. I was right on that. And then she took her crown and put it on. How you felt with that? And took it beheaded. This is sick. This is sick.
It is sick, but that does connect to one of the variant covers of the Flashpoint, because there was a separate cover for this issue where it was Mira's head being handled like that, but she had the crown on.
Okay. Now we get to the flashback of what happened with Bruce. And actually, it's kind of sad, to be really honest with you. You don't get this in a comic, and Martha lived. Martha doesn't die. for some reason.
Oh, wait a minute.
She becomes Harley?
No, she becomes the Joker.
No way.
Yeah.
No way.
Mm-hmm.
She becomes the Joker?
Yeah, because remember, in one of the Thai one of the Thai comics that connects to Flashpoint, it explains what happened to Martha, that Martha became the Joker.
Now it makes sense when he looks at the Joker card. And that's why he wanted to look for the Joker.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. I didn't know that. I just learned something new. That is cool. Now, you do get this scene in the comic where he is laying on the slab. And Barry's like, we got to do this again. And we still haven't seen Barry go into the whole mind thing of the two realities crashing in. We did not get to that yet, which I think it should be coming up soon. But he says it here, and I'm starting to forget, my wife and your son. So he needs to get back.
So I guess he's explained to him what the side effects is.
Yeah.
That he's starting to lose his memory, not like in the comics where they will show you certain points of memory start to disappear. It's like the memories that he once knew is being replaced with the memories that he knows now.
Right. So now this is not in the comic book. Because I don't remember this reading it in the comic. Where Aquaman goes into that lore. But you do see this in the ship. Remember that he uses the power of someone, and I'm asking you who the hell it was? We're about to see it now. But it looks like Aquaman is the one that's using this device. So yeah, again, we are 37 minutes into this awesome watch-along and cartoon. Again, guys, if you would like, please hit those like buttons. If you're new to the channel, hit those subscribe buttons. And hit that bell button so every time videos like this or Levels of Geek goes live Mondays and Wednesdays at 9, you guys will be notified. But yeah, he smacked the crap out of his brother, man. That's messed up. Now, who is this guy? Because of you, I'll be responsible for the deaths of millions. So,
I'm wondering,
is that Dr. Manhattan from Watchmen?
No.
Okay.
No.
So now that we got into the comic book, so this is where we at page, right now we're at 37 minutes in, and we're into the page, I'll say page 67, because that's when lightning strikes. So we at 67 right now. Here we go. Lightning hits again, and Barry starts to scream. I mean, how many times can you get hit with lightning? Like, that's the thing I'm started laughing. Like, this dude is getting hit.
Batman's taking a hit. He's like, I can't deal with this.
Yeah. I mean, now he got his powers. Now, this is where it gets cool, though, because you do get this in the comic. This is identical to the comic.
Now is when Barry starts to realize he has his powers.
Yeah. And now he starts to regenerate and get his speed back. And, speed of light. He was like, man, you ain't lying.
There you go.
So there you have it. Now we got the Lois Lane running through the street. Now, again, that is accurate, I believe, because they introduced the Resistance. So this is accurate to the comic. Right after Barry gets his powers, you do get Lois Lane running away from the Amazonians, and now we're gonna meet up with the Resistance of that's gonna protect her and help her towards the Amazonians and the Aqua people. I don't know what they call them. Like the group of I call them the Aqua people right now until we learn the names on them. I get more familiar with the lore of Aquaman throughout this journey.
The Atlanteans.
There you go, the Atlanteans.
They're called the Atlanteans.
There you go. I call them the water people. That's how wrong I am. So you see Lois Lane. She's escaping. I mean, she's like hiding. She don't want to get caught by the Amazons. And she does. Like, she's about to get caught. So they stretch this out, everybody. I'm just going to let you know right now. In a comic, they do not show none of this. None of this. No three-headed dogs. You get absolutely nothing of this sort when you're reading the comic. So
it's like a Ghostbusters reference.
oh,
There
the
is
Terror
no
Dog.
freedom,
Yeah.
only soul.
Only two. Did you see what happened to Rick Moranis today?
Yeah, I heard about it.
That's
Yeah,
messed
I heard
up.
about it. That's awful.
That's really messed
That's
up.
so awful.
Yeah, that's really messed up.
Yeah,
People in
that
New
was
York,
awful.
that guy better get caught and get punched in the face exactly how he did it. So this was the Reverse Flash, right?
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it had to have been. Yeah.
Yeah, the Reverse Flash came and helped. Now, these are the resistance that comes to help. They're drawn exactly like the comic book, just to let everyone know.
Oh, yeah.
They look exactly like the comic book. Nothing changed in that front. He looks cool, that character.
Yeah.
He looks cool. He's more detailed.
Yeah.
This character is more detailed in the comic book than he is right now animated.
Yeah.
But I'm okay with it because this style of drawing is totally different from the comic book. So I'm okay with that. So this is pretty cool. So this page right now is 72 when they show you the resistant roster that she meets up with. So that's page 72 in the digital comic. And right now we are 41 minutes and 41 seconds into the film. So right now, Batman is testing out Barry. He's like, dude, I don't even know how you could survive this. He was more burnt in this scene. Right now, he's fully healed, but in the comic book, he was fully burnt. Just to let everyone know, he was healing slowly in the comic book. So now, this is the cool part. You already saw that in the comic. That is page 74 in the digital comic of Flashpoint. There you go. He vibrated and turned into the Flash. This looks pretty cool. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. That looks pretty cool.
He phased in and out. There you go.
Yeah. Triborough said crazy incident. Yeah. God, thank God Rick is okay. Yeah, I mean, yeah, thank God too. But you know, I have a feeling that guy just hit him and did not know he was a celebrity. Because now he's screwed. They're gonna be looking for him everywhere.
Yeah, that's I'm going to say it's common, but it could be an accident because Rick Moranis hasn't done anything in years.
Yeah.
You know, he hasn't done anything in years, so I just hope he has a speedy recovery.
Nah, he'll be fine. Most likely he'll have like a headache. So now you see the Flash running, and you really don't see this. No. Now we get the first glimpse of the two realities coming in, and he starts to cry. He's like, boo-hoo, boo-hoo. And now we got Hal Jordan, a.k.a., for those who don't know, is the Green Lantern. So I like Hal Jordan as Green Lantern, and I like Jon Stewart, too. But either one is okay with me if you want to bring into the movies. But I know a lot of people prefer Hal Jordan first and then Jon Stewart. But you could go with either one. I don't care. I'd rather see Jon Stewart over Hal Jordan right now. But so yeah. So now they're testing out this. What is this, like a project? Because this you don't get in the book at all.
No. I mean, he does fly something. Hal Jordan does fly something in the comic. He does.
So this is an alien ship, right? Because this is a Green Lantern.
Yeah.
Right? So is he driving a Green Lantern ship? Because you don't get this stuff in the comic book right now, people. So I'm going to let you guys know right now. This is not in the comic book.
No.
Like, at all. Him flying that machine is, but not this situation that we're seeing right now. It's not in the comic book. Because the next scene's supposed to be Batman and the Flash looking up in the computer about like some information that he's looking up. So about Superman, I believe it's Superman. That's where they're looking up. So this is totally not in the comic book. So I'm gonna let you guys know right now on this. So again, guys, let me know out there. I know you guys are concentrating hard in the movie right now. I'm enjoying that. That is pretty awesome. Let me know what you guys are thinking so far into the film and the comic book experience with the source material. Do you think so far is living up to the story of the source material? Just let me know in the comics while we're still doing this. So right now, exactly like what I said, Batman and the Flash are on the computer looking up some information. So you do get that in the comic book, which is page 76 in the digital comic version of it. So that's pretty cool. Batman is starting to talk to the Flash, and that computer is mad old. Like, right, that thing is running like 2 gigs. Because where we live at now, I mean, computers are 10 times faster than what that is. So now the Flash is explaining to Batman about Superman. Unboxing with me. Unboxing said the movie is amazing and it does kind of screw up with the comic book, but it doesn't bother me that much. It doesn't. But the thing is, it doesn't hurt the comic book because they're keeping the elements of the comic fresh. Like, they just tweaked a little bit of how to get to point A to point B. Because this right here of them meeting with Cyborg, that is exactly what happens next right after the computer. So they just tweaked it and made a little bit more dialogue. So I want people to know it's beat by beat. But they just, like, in the beginning they switched some stories and they kind of they're telling a better story animated than the actual comic. Yeah. But it's still beat for beat.
Which is okay. Okay.
Yeah, it is. It's telling actually a good story.
It makes the story flow a little bit more.
Yeah. And you're more invested in the characters more. Like the Hal Jordan, that's not in the comic book. You see Hal Jordan like 2 times in the book, and then it goes on. Unboxing with me. Unboxing says the movie feels like an extended cut to the comic book. I will go with that. I will say yes. That's exactly what it is. That's a good theory. I like that. That's pretty good. And now Batman is telling him, like, he does not need to know this information, but we need Cyborg to find the Superman. I was to say Soups because I've been watching the boys. So he goes, he doesn't hack into government stuff, and Batman doesn't give a crap. He's like, yeah, you are. No. You want my help? You're gonna need this. Tribor Gigolo said they took bits and pieces of the comic to resemble the source material, but fleshed out the film with other things that weren't in the story. Absolutely. Yeah. That's absolutely it. Yep.
It goes back to what I said before. The animated movie is called Justice League: The Flashpoint Paradox.
Right.
They put elements of the Justice League, which we saw in the beginning, to match what was going to happen in Flashpoint, just to connect it.
Yeah. So here you see them going in and doing all the disarming and everything, and you do get that in the comic, but this is a little bit more stretched out. You don't see the Flash doing this and knocking everyone out. You do see Cyborg putting his hands on the pad, and then so that is page right now for everyone that's following along is page 80 digital, and 48 minutes and 48 seconds into the film, so you guys can sync up if you want. But that's where we're up to, and now they're gonna walk into the prison cell of one of the beloved heroes. We see Superman's ship. You do not get that in the comic. Just to let everyone know, you do not see the ship. You do see that dinosaur, because the Flash moves by it, but you do not see all these creatures in the comic. Just to let everyone know. I hope everyone is enjoying themselves tonight. Thank you again for joining in, and if you guys are watching on the replay, thank you so much for watching. Again, hit those like buttons if you're new. Hit those subscribe buttons so you guys could be updated to anything DC. For any future content coming out. And of course, hit those bell buttons so any new videos come out weekly, you guys will be notified. So now they found Superman, mad skinny, like, I mean skinny.
Anorexic Superman.
Yeah, anorexic Superman. This dude has like no, and I know some of you guys had a lot of problems with this when we were doing the Flashpoint book. I know some of you guys did not like it because he looked not malnutrition of Superman. Like, he just looked like they didn't feed him. And now you do get this in the comic, but his cell wasn't that deep, though. His cell was kind of smaller in the book. They made them walk into this whole corridor, this big corridor, and they tell him, we're friends, man. You know, we're friends. And you do get this, but the only thing is that they fight people once they get Superman. A lot of security guards in the comic comes in and they battle them before they start to escape. So they took that out. Because they're going to extend, I believe, the next scene when they come out and Superman disses them and leaves. So right now they're talking. Superman is doing his thing. He's like, oh, I'm sick. I need help. And they're like talking amongst each other and Batman is doing his thing. And now he sees the sun for the first time. Now this is in the comic, but not on boats. They're shooting them from the inside.
Yeah.
And now Superman sees that sun, man, and he's like, ooh, protein. He's like, I'm getting some proteins in. Yeah, they're not having it. I don't know why they think they're having it.
Oh.
This is pretty cool, though, if it was a movie.
Yeah.
That's cool. That was a cool moment.
Oh. Whoa. Close.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, he's dismembering all their firepower. Oh.
That's crazy.
That's
now,
crazy.
This stuff is not in the comic, though.
Yeah, you do not get Superman going in front of a missile that way in the comic.
No, he leaves.
No.
Now, this is in the comic.
He flies up in the air.
Yeah, this is in the comic for everybody. You're about to see this in the comic. Like, he obliterated all of them with the heat vision. Because he never used it before. This is the first time him knowing he got that power. That's crazy. I would too break out. Remember in like Batman v Superman when he blows up?
Yeah.
Was it and then he goes into the outer space looking mad skinny and then he recuperates again? I thought that scene was awesome. And now the Flash is about to get 2 reality checks. Which is like, see, they're changing it.
Yeah. This shows you that the memories that he knew before is being replaced with the ones that he knows now.
Yeah.
So you can see that it's affecting him.
So right there, Batman stabs him on the neck in the comic book with a solution to calm him down. And then they take him to Billy Batson and the family. Which they cut, is supposed to cut to them, but right now they cut to Hal Jordan, which is true. So they just move the Shazam family a little bit more back. So right now they just moved over and put Hal Jordan first. So you're going to see that. So they changed that. So that's pretty crazy. But this is a bad idea. That's all I got to say.
Oh, yeah.
And goodbye, Hal Jordan.
Gobbled up.
He blew himself up.
Boom.
Yeah, he's done.
Oh, yeah.
Damn, imagine if you had Aquaman that big. That would have been crazy. So there we go. Like I said, they just moved forward. Hal Jordan, they removed him from the story, and now they brought in the Shazam family to help out Barry Allen. So they just switched it up, and to me it worked. Now the difference is that people got to know is when they were saving Superman, Elemental Woman was supposed to come out and help him. She never showed up in the comic book, so that hero never showed up to help him. Elemental Woman, just to let everybody know that she did not show up. So when you see the comic book, that hero doesn't even show up in the animation. So they wrote her out, which she didn't need to be there anyway because it didn't work. For me, it didn't work in the comic either. So it was a good choice.
Mm-hmm.
So my thing is, so when they bring him in the comics, the Flash was a little bit dazed and hurt.
Yeah.
So now he's like talking around in the animation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. I guess this is the scene where Batman finally realizes that he can help them.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
So all right, so here we go. We're 55 minutes into the movie, and they totally missed a lot in this comic. They missed a
Oh,
lot.
yeah.
Barry Allen catching the flashbacks, they removed that. They removed the talk between the Flash and the Batman. They removed that. So they went straight into them going into the plane, which they do, but they added more dialogue here.
Yeah.
So yeah, so now they're having this dialogue that was never, ever, ever in the comic.
Yeah.
And now they're talking more about Lois Lane. And there you go. They showed the Reverse Flash.
Mm-hmm.
He went Thrawn. So
Now he's starting to realize that Eobard Thawne is involved.
yeah, and now you see the Atlanteans shooting down the plane with water. And now the Flash uses. Imagine this in a real movie, man. How it would
forget
look
about
with the
it.
Flash doing
Yeah.
this and brings down the plane. Man, that would look so badass. I don't know what you guys think out there, but that would look so badass. If they show the Flash doing the hand motion and the plane starts to slow down, that would look cool. And I still think that
Definitely.
Zack Snyder could do a hell of a job with this movie, because this looks exactly like Batman v Superman color palette, like the way
Yeah,
the
it
movie
does.
looks, the darkness. So he could be great for this, to be honest with you. Unboxing with me, Unboxing said, dang, that's crazy that the movie is almost over. Yeah, I mean, that's how good the story is. And especially when you're like talking and having fun doing stuff like this. So it starts to flow faster. So now you get to see the war. This is not in the comic.
No.
This is not in the comic at all. Well, the thing that they do is they setting up once they land their ship. So this is exactly what they fly in on, like when they're having the battle. So it kind of makes sense to add this right now. And then you're going to see Diana getting crazy now with her powers. And then she has the God Killer, which is the sword. That's a cool weapon, man. The water whip.
Yeah.
Holy hell, that's a hammer. Now you got Meteor Man. Remember Meteor Man in the 90s, the
Malik.
movie?
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, Meteor
Robert
Man.
Townsend.
Yeah. And now you're going to see Diana. Now, this is a straight war. They got them, like, surrounded. They're like, kneel before Zod.
The Resistance.
Yeah. Aquaman's like, never. And now, I mean, this is not in the comic. I'm going to let everyone know right now.
I think by this time in the comic, Batman and everybody else are having a conversation while this is happening behind the scenes.
Right, they're flying
Yeah.
to get there. So, like, right now, this is not even... They just added all this just to let everyone know. Damn. Oh. Uh-oh, here we go. He's like... And what kills me is that Aquaman is mad that Wonder Woman killed his wife, but he banged Wonder Woman. Like, why are you mad? That's not in the comics, everyone.
Oh, yeah.
Him banging Wonder Woman is not in the comics. So I'm just going to let everybody right now know. But they're having an all-out battle.
Yeah.
So just let everyone know on that. Right now, we're still not even in comic form right now. This is not in the comics. Just going to let everyone know. We are 59 minutes, and I just say right now, we're in the hour mark just hit right now. So just to let everyone know, that is where we at. Yo, this dude Aquaman just flung her around. Holy Jesus. This is not in the comic.
No, it really isn't.
Ooh, you wear that helmet like a trophy? She said, no, as a warning. That is like heartfelt. Like, don't come close near me. I can't believe you did. You never did. Oh. I'm telling you, this is awesome stuff. Now Cyborg and everyone joins the fight. All right? So now we're at page 101 in the comic. But again, these are scenes that are not in the comic book, everybody. This is not in the comic book at all. Shazam shows up in the animation for the first time. Shazam shows up in the first time in the source material earlier when Batman and Cyborg are talking about Batman joining the group, and he turns into Shazam. That's the first time you see Billy Batson turn into Shazam there. Now you see Shazam for the first time here. Gigolo said, Wonder Woman beheading my wife, I would be mad too. I would be mad too. I'm not gonna lie. I would be mad. But yo, this is crazy how the Flash and Cyborg are just like, oh, he shot Batman out the... Ooh, that's gonna hurt. Oh, Black Manta's just killing everybody. This will be a good fight on screen. What do you think? Black Manta and Batman.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You think it would be a good fight on live action, right? Like they would make that look really good. This would be.
Black Manta is already canon in the current Aquaman film.
Right.
They do show him, and they do show how he becomes Black Manta.
Oof, did the car crush him? Nope, because Batman is... Oh, I thought that was Batman. Look at that. Me jump quick. Tribor Gigolo said that line Wonder Woman said to Aquaman is in the comic. There you go. That's awesome if they use that. That is pretty cool. How you fall for that? Oh, Black Manta's done. Oh my God, that is brutal. Oh
my God.
Oh my God, that was like precise shooting. That's awesome. Tribor Gigolo says Shazam kids aren't in this. No, I don't think so. Well, we'll find out. Yeah. I mean, I don't think they. I thought we saw them in the scene in the house, but I don't know if they here.
The Shazam kids are they were in the house, and you saw the Shazam kids turn into Shazam right in front of Wonder Woman in the animated movie.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right, so Batman is hurt here, but you don't get that in the comic. This never happened. This never happened in the comic.
No, the fight between Wonder Woman and
Shazam.
And Shazam, no, well, because in the comic, before Shazam even does something, there's a character I forgot her name.
Enchantress.
Enchantress does a spell, and they separate from Shazam.
Yeah,
and that's when Billy Batson gets killed.
Right. So this scene is not even in the comic. This scene is them running after each other. Not in this sense. This is. They did take this. Them fighting, again, it's in the comic, but it's not as accurate
It's not as accurate or as long.
Yeah, this is way long. This is CW long. Because they show this long CW run right now. This is not in the book. Like at all.
Paying homage to the Flash series.
Yeah.
Big time.
And by the way, that season was awesome with Zoom. That's all I gotta say. And the first season with Reverse Flash was awesome.
I think this is the scene where the Reverse Flash is telling Barry that all of this was his fault.
Yeah. But all this fight wasn't in the book.
No.
Like him getting stabbed wasn't in the book.
No.
But you do get that limp of him limping.
Mm-hmm.
But again, they added more stuff to the comic. I mean, to the animation. But it flowed way well. Just to let everyone know.
Right.
I'm not taking nothing away, to be honest with you. It added more to the story and made it better in my eyes.
Yeah.
It worked. I don't know how you guys feel about this, but this is actually pretty cool. The Resistance dude is, oh man, I feel bad. He got the William Wallace right now. Oh, oh, he got it in the head. This is PG-13? This can't be PG-13. Is it?
Yeah.
Man. Yeah. Oh yeah, you got the DVD. Yeah. Now, so this isn't in the comic, right? So I don't remember him doing all this.
Like, well, he's explaining all this. He's explaining to him that all this is his fault, and the run is not in the comic, no, because their confrontation is just like very minimum.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So now him kicking him, nothing, because I'm looking at the comic book right now. You don't get none of that. You don't even get Batman fighting the Reverse Flash right now. Because he got hurt. So you don't get that right now. He's just telling him, like, you know what? You took me out the speed force, my friend. I mean, the timeline. So I could do whatever I want. Let me see. Unboxing with me. Unboxing said, yes, this movie is rated PG-13. Come on, Jamel. Upgrade that DVD to Blu-ray.
Well, when this first came out, the Blu-rays hadn't happened yet. So
are you planning on upgrading it?
Yeah, I'm planning on upgrading it. Yeah, definitely.
He said you did not try to save John F. Kennedy, but you tried to save your mom. That's a pretty cool line. So yeah, this is all him talking smack is in the book, but not as long. They're stretching it out.
Not as long, yeah.
And this whole Aquaman here fighting Cyborg, no. Nope. Not at all.
Nope, not at all.
So, like, all this, nope. Oh. Yeah, like, see, all this stuff that you're seeing here, guys, is not in the comic book. This is all added just to give it more action into the story. Because in the comic, it's not as much action packed. You get action, but you don't get in all this action, like all this like shooting in the head and all this crap. They only showing you like most of the stuff. Look, Cyborg is done. Aquaman was like,
Ooh.
Oof.
Ouch.
Oh, man, he's kicking him. Oh my God. This is crazy.
Taking him apart.
Yeah. This is nuts. Guys, I'm at 1 hour and 8 seconds into the film. Reverse Flash is giving the Flash a whooping. Now, Enchantress, I guess, is not here because they put the lasso of truth on Shazam. So yeah, so the Shazam kids are there. You were right. And holy hell. I don't know if they show it. Oh no, they don't show it. All right, good. I don't think they were gonna show that. That was that would be very graphic to be shown.
Yeah.
So they totally changed how Billy Batson dies. In the comic book, Enchantress says the word, and they all break apart. All 6 of them comes out, and Wonder Woman does kill Billy Batson with the God Killer sword. So you do get that to see that here, but it was totally different. They used the lasso of truth with Diana to pull out the truth. Now Superman comes in, but the way Superman comes in here to save Cyborg, his friend, was not in the comic book because Superman shows up like mad strong, like from the sky into the floor, like Hello, I'm about to
Yeah.
like whoop somebody. Flash whipping, I mean, reverse Flash whipping the Flash. This is all added scenery. This is not in the comic at all.
Yeah.
So that's great. Ocean Master got stabbed 3 times in the back. And now he sees his people all dead. He's like, what have I done? And Diana just stabbed him in the back. See, she stabbed him in the back. That's kind of messed up, though. Like, she didn't go eye to eye. You're right, Triborough. It's true. He couldn't escape getting beaten by both Thomas and the Reverse Flash. This whole episode, he's getting whooped by somebody. Like,
Yeah.
there would be no glorious victory, Diana. No prize. And she just killed Aquaman. That is crazy. Now, remember that power that we were trying to figure out what it was. In the comic book, they don't show it as much as this. Now you get to see more of what the hell happens with this character. This guy is feeling bad for him, and he's trying to break him out before this guy's power is used. And it's over.
Yep.
And now you see the big explosion. Now this could be awesome if it was cinematic right now. This could have been so awesome. I'm not even gonna lie. This scene right here, I could envision it in the IMAX theater, like with Ezra Miller looking hurt on the floor, and Michael Fassbender or Guy Pearce playing the Reverse Flash talking trash. So, and now we get that famous scene. Now this is a different scene, also, guys. If you read the comic, like I said, this is totally different. Because in the comic book, Batman stabs him with a sword. And this one, Batman shoots him in the head.
Shoots him in the head.
Yeah. So this one was
On the
more.
back.
Yeah, this one is more heartfelt because it felt more awesome. So we're 1 hour and 12 minutes into the film. We're going into the final minutes of this movie. Again, guys, thank you so much for joining in. Thank you for everyone on the replay hanging out with us, watching this movie while we're talking and comparing the comic book to the movie. Again, next time when we do the next compare and contrast, I will have all the comic book strips so you guys could watch it and I could change it for you guys live while we're talking. My bad for doing it this time, but I will have all that for you on the next watch along when we compare contrast comic sources. Now, Wonder Woman feels bad for Aquaman for killing him, and now she holds him, and she's dead. And Barry is trying to run, and he got stabbed in the leg, remember, by the Reverse Flash. So now he's going to try to run. He's like, come on, leg. Come on, leg. Let's do this. Vortex Studio, how you doing? Unboxing with me. Unboxing says the movie Batman goes for the head. That's right. He's like John Wick.
Yeah. And if you remember in the comic books, Batman is a lot more beaten than he is in the animated movie.
Because he fought the Reverse Flash in the comic book, so they did not do that in this movie. So right now you do see this in the comic book. Barry running and trying to catch up with himself to stop himself from going into time and doing what he just did. So this is actually pretty cool. Just to let everyone know, you see right now all the history of Barry's mom, I think, going to the house before she gets killed. And now Barry's going to try to stop him. He's like, Barry, stop. You have to stop. The other Flash's like, who the hell are you? And then he's like, I'm Batman. So now he punches him in the Speed Force. And now they're running. And, oh, man, this is so sad to look because she's all preparing for Barry's birthday.
Right.
So that's really, like, hard to see. And who was that, though? Reverse Flash who kills her?
Yeah. Supposedly, this is supposed to be the Reverse Flash.
There you go. Now he stops everything. And now, it's funny because in the comic book, you see both worlds come into one, which goes into the timeline of the New 52. They didn't show you that here. This is
No.
accurate to the source material. He does come back the same way, waking up. So that's exactly like this page. Come on. Page 136. And the exact same running and everything. So this is exactly like the ending of the source material. Where Barry is running to. This is not in the scene in the comic where he goes to Nora, because in the comic book he goes right to Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
So this is not as accurate. He is right now seeing Nora and he sees Iris West. This is not in the source material. Just to let everyone know, this is not in the comic at all. We are exactly 1 hour and 15 seconds into this film. We're in the final minutes of this Justice League, the Flashpoint Paradox. Again, guys, thank you for joining in. Again, this has been a fun blast. But now the Flash ends up in my mansion, the Bruce Wayne mansion, and he talks to Bruce of what's going on. That is exactly how it is. You do not get all this, though. All the trophies that Batman have. But Reverse Flash. The Flash is talking to Batman. If you notice, he has a new suit on.
Yep.
The Flash. Yep. And Bruce is just chilling. He's talking to him exactly like in the comic book. They're talking to each other here. So this is actually accurate to the source material. Batman working on this stuff. And he goes, listen, Papa Batman gave me to give you a letter. And again, to me, this is very memorable because this is awesome to have a letter from your dad that passed. So this is pretty cool to have. Knowing him, he'll read it all the time. And this dude is crying. I don't even blame him because this is accurate to the comics. Also, just to let everyone know.
Yep.
So this is all accurate. They did not change anything in this. They did not extend nothing. They actually went with it. And then Barry running off, and the comic book already ended, so this is the movie now doing its own thing of him doing all this running. This reminds me of CW Flash. Because doesn't he do this in one of the seasons? Him running off the building and jumping off planes and helicopters? Yeah. So this is exactly now the comic book is all over. This is just film. Just to let everyone know, the comic book has ended. This is just movie adding more stuff. And bam, Justice League, the Flashpoint Paradox. There you have it, guys. That is the ending of the movie. I would like to know from you guys. You guys just watched the movie with me. We compared and contrast the source material to the actual movie. So which version do you guys prefer? Which one told the better story? The source material or the animated version of the movie? So Jamel, I'm going to ask you the question. Which one told the better story in your eye? The animated or the source material?
I think the source material gave you a better story.
You think so?
Story. Yeah, because it was more into the story as far as dialogue is concerned.
Right.
As in the animated movie, they showed you more action, more connection and everything. So the source material goes into the story a lot deeper than the animated movie does.
Okay.
But like I said before, this movie is called Justice League, and they added the Justice League element to the Flashpoint Paradox story, which made perfect sense because they would have made the comic book version a lot shorter.
Right.
So they needed something to add the hour and some odd minutes.
Okay. To me, I'm gonna be honest with you. I feel like I'm 50-50. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I think both told a very good story. The animated, for me, the animated version was like how Unboxing Movies said it's an extended cut from the source material, like a scenes that we never got. So they ironed it out, like Triborough said. So like for me, I kind of leaning towards the Paradox version. But you're absolutely right. The source material is strong. But I'm very leaning towards the Paradox. But again, it's slightly. I'm not saying by a major margin here. Like this is like, for me, it's like I said, it's a 50-50. Knowing myself, I'm gonna go more towards the comic book because it was illustrated better. I love the artwork more than the animated version. But yeah, I think I would go 50-50. I'm not even gonna play like, oh yeah, I'm gonna pick source material. No, I'm gonna go 50-50 on this one for me. I think they both told great stories of this of this comic, and it was accurate. It was semi-accurate, but it was very accurate. But it was accurate to the point that you could technically follow along for a bit. Like you're going, okay, this is actually going by the comic. Let me see what everyone is saying on the chat. Unboxing with me, Unboxing said, I like the movie version better. There you go. Triborough Gigolo said, do you guys think we will get this scene version? Would you get this scene in the Flash movie? Him giving the letter to Batman? I don't think. Man, I can't say. It's kind of rough because I don't know which Batman he would give the letter to, because if there's multiple Batmans now, would it be Ben Affleck? Is Ben Affleck the current modern Batman? Because he's not going to give it to Michael Keaton.
Right.
Is Michael Keaton, here we go, hear me out. Hear me out. Is Michael Keaton playing Thomas Wayne in the Flash movie? So technically, Michael Keaton is Ben Affleck's father.
Right, yeah.
You understand what I mean? Because now it makes sense why he's back in the movie. Because you're not going to have 100 Batmans. So is Michael Keaton Ben Affleck's Thomas Wayne in the Flash movie? Because you're gonna you will have a different Batsuit, which will be the 1989 Batsuit. Yeah. Which different colors, of course, it'll be red and black or something like that. But it will still be the 1989 suit, just to sell toys and tell everybody what it is. You know what I mean? So now that is very telling. Now that's a super telling now, because now it just hit me. When I was looking, I said, wait a minute, why would Michael Keaton and Ben Affleck in the story? And I said, holy crap, Michael Keaton could be Thomas Wayne. Yeah. The older Batman. I agree. Right? Like, that's a crazy, we just hit supernova right now, man. Like, I'm like so freaking out. Because that would be so awesome, dude. This is the first theory in DC Now and Forever that I just whipped out. Michael Keaton is Thomas Wayne in the Flash movie to the Ben Affleck Batman. That is freaking bizarre. And then they could change and then they could change the pictures and have Michael Keaton and Martha in Bruce Wayne's, instead of having Jeffrey D. Morgan, because he was in Batman v Superman, but you could change it to Michael Keaton, which now makes sense. Oh my god! Oh my god! That is freaking amazing, dude. That is freaking amazing. Like right now, I'm like so like adrenaline right now because I want to see if I'm so accurate. Like we just said something on like we could just break the internet right now in like an hour and 28 minutes. We just broke the internet. Yeah, like that's crazy. Let me see. Unboxing with me. Unboxing said, man, you make a good point, Alex. I have a feeling that Michael Keaton could be Thomas Wayne. Yeah. I don't know, man. Like, that's crazy. Like, now thinking about it. Right. Now, if they start throwing in other Batmans, they're just doing that with the whole Marvel doing their Spider-Verse crap. Like, you don't need all Batmans. Yeah. But if you're just going along with Michael Keaton and just Ben Affleck, then we just proved the theory right now. Like, that's the theory. Oh, yeah. Like, we just whipped out a theory right now. So that's crazy. Now, other than that, guys, look, Jamel, well, you got any final thoughts of the source material or Flash Paradox?
No, I do not have any about the source material, but I do know this. Just recently, DC Comics ended the Flash current comic book storyline, and they ended it, which I think would connect to Flashpoint, where in the Flash issue number 76, 762. The storyline to this comic is called The Finish Line.
Okay.
And it's actually, this issue is actually the death of the Reverse Flash. So they go into this story arc, which is called the Finish Line, and basically it's like the final race between Barry Allen and Eobard Thawne. And when you read the comic, you're going to be shocked on how Barry Allen was able to fix everything that happened in Flashpoint Paradox as far as the comic is concerned. Because what he does alters what the Reverse Flash did. So, as far as I know right now, the Flash comic book line for this year, for 2020, is currently done until 2021, where you have another artist, another storyline that can bring back Eobard Thawne and start the whole Flash series all over again.
Triborough Gigolo said, what about Val Kilmer, George Clooney, and Bale? I have a feeling for those characters is when the Flash is running through the Speed Force, you see them as Batman when he's seeing the future, the past, or whatever. He's seeing scenes of the different Batmans from different alternate realities. That's where I see those characters come on screen. So you might see Batman Forever. You might see, Batman and Robin. You might see Batman Begins or Batman Dark Knight, him fighting Joker, maybe just to show Heath Ledger in the screen. So I think that could be my theory. Those characters will be in the movie, but they're going to be scenes of the movie while he's running through the Speed Force, combining the universes into one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I think that's what's going to happen. But I think if Michael Keaton and Ben Affleck are the main characters, then you know what? Michael Keaton is Thomas Wayne and Bruce Wayne is the modern Batman in the Flash movie, which would make sense.
Right.
Because he is in the Justice League.
It would make perfect sense.
Yeah, that would make perfect sense. Yeah. And then you can continue doing your other Batmans if you want to bring back him. Supposedly, they're coming to do the new reshoots for Justice League, so that means he's already fit, and that already tells me that he could be ready to do any project for HBO Max, whether it's a solo movie or another cameo to flush out to this DCEU. So I'm gonna hold off on that because today I'm a little bit down because of the 007 being pushed back to next year. It sucked my soul, but I'm a little excited for this because I'm not big on theories. You know how I am, Jamel. I don't do theories much.
Yeah.
But this one, I'm a little excited, and I don't know if I should do like a video explaining my theory with Michael Keaton and maybe putting it out and see what people think in the YouTubes and see what they think on that. Maybe do like a short video.
I think it's a great idea.
Yeah.
I think it's a great idea.
Yeah,
I think we explained a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be pretty fun to do. Unboxing with me. Unboxing says sources materials make more sense than how they do it in the movies. Yes, they do. I totally agree with you guys. Trevor Gigolo says the source material will rule. I totally agree with you on that. I'm definitely, if everyone thinks that's a good idea, I will work on my theory on the Flash movie, and then I'll put it up as soon as possible to get it out there. But again, that's one of my theories after we concluded this Flashpoint, and I think now it actually makes sense because before we did not know what the hell why they have those two characters there, but now you got to think outside the box, and I did. I stepped my foot outside that box and went, "Whoa, this kind of makes sense now." Like I was like, I did it. I stepped out the box and I figured out why Michael Keaton is in that Flash movie. So I figured it out. I'm gonna put it together. I'm gonna put my theory into a quick 5-minute video, and then I'll put it up and see what everyone thinks about it, if they agree with me or not. Again, guys, thank you so much joining in tonight. I'm gonna promote again. Today I did the new releases of DC Comics. I did a quick video on everything that came out this week on anything on the source material of DC Comics. You guys can check it out. I'm not talking much. It's just a speed through of each comic book. It's like 35 comics that came out this week for straight DC comics. Some people DM me asking me why I don't do Marvel, and I was like, but I'm a DC channel, bro. I don't do Marvel in this channel. Yeah, I'm not saying it bad. Like, I don't do it. But I'm not covering Marvel. I'm just doing DC. Next is the comic book for October. The comic book of the month is the Rebirth. Guys, pick this up. It's a great read. This is where the timeline is going to connect to current timeline. So that is going to get good. So you got to read this. That's why we did the Flashpoint first. And now we're going to hit the Rebirth. The Rebirth is where we're going to get to, it's going to gel all the timelines together to get to the newest timeline. Right. And then we're going to start reading current source material together. So we're going to read the currents. And again, I'm going to put a poll on DC Now and Forever starting November on which volume you guys want to tackle first. Superman, Batman, Flash, Justice League, Suicide Squad, like I say, Aquaman, Green Lantern. I mean, there's so many volumes out there. Detective Comics, Action Comics, Superman. There's so many, right, Jamel?
Yeah, there is. There are so many as far as, you know, the Rebirth angle. Yeah, and they're very interesting. I read some of them, and let me tell you, it's. Even the Batman portion of Rebirth has been been awesome.
Yeah, I don't want people to be like, "Oh man, you're a big Batman fan. Are you gonna do that first?" I am not doing that first. I'm gonna let the DC fandom of Levels of Geek choose which one to go first with. Whether it's Superman, I don't care because I want to read these stories. It's not like I just gonna do it to do it. I want to read it and I want to talk about it with you guys. So that is the whole point for this channel. So, again, I'm going to put up a poll, and then we're going to figure out which one you guys want to do. I think I can't do it in a poll because a poll only gives you, like, what, 2 choices? So I'm going to have to do, like, a post and have, like, tons of stuff. So, again, guys, you could pick up this Rebirth in your local comic book store. They'll have the hardcover or maybe the trade paperback. It's going to be a little expensive, right? It's like $16, $18 for, like, the paperback or, like, $30 for the hardcover.
I mean, the hardcover would be like maybe like $24.99, and the paperback is like $19.99.
Yeah, so again, you could pick that up. Support your local comic book stores. I'm gonna keep pushing that a lot because during this whole pandemic, those guys are struggling, I believe. And sometimes I go out and I help them. I buy some statues. You can see behind me. I put some stuff. I buy some stuff, comics. I only do the Batman one, so I try to support as much as I could. But I'm trying to encourage everybody to get as much source material as you can. If not, digital is the way to go for these things because you don't want to have like 100 comics behind you while we doing this. Get it digital. DC Comics starting January 21 of 2021. DC is coming out with their unlimited style. It's called DC. What is it? DC Infinite. That's what it's called. It's like It's like $7 a month, and you get 24,000 comic books. Download it for free, even the newest stuff. Like 6 months later, you get the newest runs of the series. So again, guys, I'm just trying to promote a lot of reading into this DC, whether it's DC or Marvel. If you guys, that's what you guys want to read, have fun with it. This channel does DC. So with that said, guys, go out and get yourself the Rebirth series. It's only one book anyway. It's not a series. It's just one big book called DC Rebirth. So you guys gonna enjoy that. Trust me, I'm going to. I'm gonna enjoy this because I've been dying to read this. I told Jamel that. Now, what me and Jamel's going to do, this is one thing I want to tell you guys right now with this Rebirth. There is 2 comics that they want you to read first before you read Rebirth. Me and Jamel talked about it. That is not gonna happen because I don't want you guys to buy 2 extra comics. That is just not gonna work. What me and Jamel's gonna do, we're gonna read them first. Next week, we're going to tell you guys exactly what happened in those 2 comics so then you guys know what Rebirth is about. Or maybe I'll do a separate pre-recorded video of me and Jamel talking about it, and then I'll upload it as soon as possible so you guys could get that information as soon as possible. So when you buy Rebirth, you already know what the hell you're reading. There you go. Amazon, $14.99. Again, I will put links of this book in the description. I should have said that first. I totally lost my mind. I should have did that first. I'm going to put this description down below. Most likely it's going to be Amazon. Or I see if I can find one on DC or whatever. But I'm going to try to do as much as I could for that. I'm just trying to push as much going to comic book stores and help them out. That's pretty much it. Jamel buys stuff too. He goes to Midtown Comics in Manhattan. I think Triborough does the Amazon route, which is pretty cool. I go to local comic book stores here in Jersey, but sometimes I go to like, Fortress of Solitude in Newark, New Jersey, or I go, sometimes I order it from Midtown Comics and then they ship it to me. So either way, sometimes I get comics into the house or statues and stuff. But again, guys, thank you so much for tonight. I enjoyed it. I had a blast. This was my first compare and contrast. You guys let me know you guys want me to put the digital comic. You guys want me to put the comic book up while we're watching it. That I'm going to give you that by the next one. I will give you guys the panel by panel so you guys can see it while you're watching your movie, so you guys don't have to have it in your hand. So trust me, that is going to be fixed and is going to be fixed as soon as possible. So again, thank you so much for that. And again, Monday we're ranking the Halloween's franchise from 1978 all the way to 2018, and we're going to rank them. So it's going to be Flex Talk and myself and Ralph from Horror and Coffee. We're all three going to sit down and we're going to have fun. We're going to talk about Halloween's and our first levels of horror get together of this channel. We're going to have brand new graphics, brand new horror intro, which I'm working on. It's going to be super fun. Again, it's Monday and Wednesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern. Again, I'm your host, Alex Figueroa, and that is Jamel from from Jedi versus the Dark Side. You can check out his page on YouTube. I have the link down below, also in the description, or you guys could check out his Facebook page at Jedi versus the Dark Side on Facebook also. Again, guys, thank you so much. I can't thank you so much because this has been a great night. So again, guys, thank you so much and have a safe weekend and catch you later or catch you Monday.